Look right here, y'all. Well, I'm hooked up. I'm hooked up, man. 82 feet. Hey, that's a good fish, too. Golly, boom. Well, he took it over hard, didn't he? Oh, Daniel up there, look at him. He had all 4 of his lines snagged a second ago. I've been giving him hell. And while he's fooling with that, I'm hooked up here, Daniel. Don't worry, your snag's gonna be bigger than my fish. I tell you folks, people reach out to me wanting to fish with me all the time, but in reality, you don't really want to fish with me because you're going to catch hell all day long. I'm taking my time with this fish here since I'm so deep right now. I'm pulling him up from 80 plus feet deep. Got to give him time to decompress. The current where we're at right now is really moving. We're over a mile an hour. I was a mile and a half a couple minutes ago down through here, so and you come up on a snag like Daniel did and that water comes up on you fast, you can get all your lines tangled up and snagged in a hurry. This fish here really ain't fighting me. I thought he was a good fish when he took the rod over. I mean, he was a pulling with it. It is pretty good fish. He didn't hardly fight, man. He's gonna take off here in a second on us. That's what he's gonna do. He's too calm coming up. Now he's gonna take off. I knew he was too calm coming up. I said, this fish here, he felt good when he took the rod over, and then he didn't hardly fight me. I mean, I was just pulling up dead weight the rest of the way. So I know he's still got a bunch of energy in him. That right there, folks, that ain't a bad way to start off a day. You know, I'm still tiring this fish out here a little bit, but you can see how deep we're at right there. 101 foot right now. I need to lower these other lines down. They're way too high off bottom. I was fighting this fish and didn't want to take a second there to drop the others down, but don't be afraid to fish really deep water for big cats, man. All right, guys, there he is, fish number 1. Nice blue cat. He finally took off on me up here. I mean, it was like he had a hard run there when he took the bait, and then it was just dead weight I was pulling up after that, but he finally woke up when he got up here to the surface. Got him tuckered out a little bit, but nice, not a bad way to start out the morning here. We're gonna let him go. See you, buddy. That one ate a skipjack body piece. I'm gonna drop these other baits down. I'm in a hole right here, 110 feet. And you know, I've been asked that before. You know, how deep do I fish? And it really just depends on where I'm at. You know, down here today where I'm at, we've got some deeper water, 110 foot hole here. I'll fish it, man, but I like to fish the deepest structure in a particular area. That's typically what I'm going to do. So if one section of the river, that may be 20 feet deep, if that's the deepest structure there. Out here today, well, you're looking at 110 feet. So it just depends on where you're at on the river, but you know, these catfish, that deep water structure is their home. That's their sanctuary, so you're typically going to find them there. This white bass head back here has something after it. That ain't acting like the fish that we want to catch, though. We need him to not hook up. Yeah, he got it. He got it. He sure wasn't acting like a very big one, was he? Usually when the big one hits it, they just take that rod over and go with it. This one here did not do that. But I tell you what, he don't feel too bad. Maybe it's just because I'm pulling him up from so deep, but he don't feel too bad. He just hit it kind of funny. Right now, I'm in 68 feet here, y'all. I mean, just a few hundred yards, we have went from 110 feet up to 68 feet. And it makes drifting hard because, especially at the speed we're going, I'm moving like 1.2 right now. Moving at those faster speeds and coming up so quickly, it makes it hard to keep your baits in the strike zone where they need to be. But when you got this kind of depth change down there and all that debris on bottom, it makes for some good areas for these catfish to be. So it's a productive, boy, he's gonna pull now. This is gonna be a better fish than what I initially thought, y'all. But it's a hard area to fish, at least drift fish anyway. But there's a lot of potential here in a place like this. Hey Daniel, this is my second fish. When you gonna catch one?
Oh, you didn't see those?
No, I missed them. They must have been too small for me to see. Poor Daniel, folks. Y'all send him some sympathy cards for the hell I'm gonna give him today. Got the bubbles coming up here. That's what we want to see. Oh, he's gonna pull now. I think this fish is going to surprise me, y'all. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm about to set him back a second. We're setting him back in the holder. I got to adjust these other lines or I'm going to be snagged. It's a whole lot easier when you're drifting along and fighting a fish going into deeper water than it is coming up into shallower water. Because I sure don't want to get snagged with these other two rods while I'm fighting this one. All right, now we're back in the game. Oh goodness. Yeah, y'all, this one ate the bait kind of funny. He ate it like a dink, but I don't think he's gonna turn out to be no dink. Get him up here and take a look at him. He may be a, well, I can barely see a tail down there. It's going to be another one, maybe a little bigger than the last one. Another quality fish. This one again ate the white bass head this time. He still ain't done. The other one hardly fought at all. This one won't quit. Yeah, he didn't hit the bait right. That big a fish should not have been sitting down there just pecking like he was. He tricked me. Tricked me in a good way. Get my other lines adjusted here before we land him, because I'm all the way up 59 feet now. Oh, okay. No, get this one on in here now. I told y'all, that's a good fish for how he hit the bait. I didn't even want him hooking up because I thought for sure it was a small fish. He ate that white bass head. But that's a quality fish. Look at that, man. Nice. I think that one's probably a little bigger than the first one. Spun around here, the sun behind me. I'm about to get my other line snagged here. I'm at 55 feet right now, so I'm gonna have to, let's get rid of this one quick here, y'all. I gotta get these other lines up. See you, buddy. Where you going?